This poem is for Ammaye, a food seller burned to death in Niger State of Nigeria by a mob who chose violence over dialogue, fanaticism over humanity. It is for Ammaye and for every victim of religious zealotry, those whose only crime was a word, a thought, a difference. This poem is for daughters, sons, sisters, brothers, mothers, and the fathers too, whose lives have been consumed by flames lit in the name of God. It's titled, No Altar for Cruelty. They told us faith was a ladder to heaven, but they forgot to mention the bodies on the rungs, girls with sutured mouths, boys taught to fear their own questions, mothers blamed for storms they did not summon. I was raised on proverbs that tasted of palm oil and river light. Omoluabi, be a person of character. Ubuntu, I am because we are. But fanaticism came like harmattan, scoring tenderness from tongues, making people proud of their unkindness and loud in their ignorance. In the marketplace, the zealot sells certainty by the yard, cheap cloth that shrinks in the first rain of truth. Meanwhile, the elders who know the names of herbs and the language of children's tears are called witches and wizards and exiled from the story. I have seen pulpits where thunder performs and mercy is an afterthought. I have watched scriptures twisted into a spear thrust at anyone who dares to love differently, to ask a second question, to whisper, show me the fruit, not the slogans. I refuse a holiness that requires a hostage. I refuse a God who fattens on fear, who demands my sister's quiet as sacrifice. If your devotion makes you cruel, it is not devotion. It is hunger in ceremonial dress. If your doctrine makes you foolish, denying the evidence of soil and sky, it is not wisdom. It is a locked room where air has forgotten how to enter. Our ancestors prayed with calloused hands, soft eyes. They knew the sacred is measured in how you treat the most breakable life, not in how many enemies you can name before breakfast. Fanaticism is a drum beaten so hard the skin splits. First wonder dies, then dialogue, then the simplest decency. It turns neighbors into informants, daughters into property, sons into soldiers of emptiness. It crowns itself moral while stepping over the bleeding. But listen, we are not orphans of kindness. We come from rivers that remember everyone's thirst. from kitchens where the last yam is shared, from storytellers who hold a room with nothing but breath and truth. Our ethics were here before any imported terror of hellfire. Greet the stranger, honor the child, keep the balance with earth, speak straight, repair what you break. Let the temples be rebuilt as clinics and libraries. Insist that the tithes be bread and school fees. Let the loudest sermon be a healed body and a full pot. I will not kneel to a creed that cannot kneel to a crying child. I will not trade my mind for membership. Wisdom is not a barricade. It is a bridge. Faith, if it is worthy, should widen the heart until it shelters those we were taught to fear. Let the zealots clutch their brittle certainties, but may they do no harm while they splinter. As for us, children of river and rain, we will carry a theology of open hands. We will practice a relentless tenderness. We will study the scars and the wounds. We will say no to any altar that demands our humanity as offering. And yes, to the ordinary miracles, clean water, honest bread, a classroom where a girl raises her hand and the room blooms with yes.